All right, Shalom. All praise going on honor to Yahweh, Bashem al Shai, Bashem al Kodash, the blood to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. I have another edition of the Mark of the Beast, and I have an article here from tradcatnight.blogspot.com. And this headline, Mark of the Beast Watch. Scientist says Rfid won't be optional and may change the essence of what it means to be human. I actually remember doing a video on this maybe about a year or so ago, dealing with the scientist that talked about the emergence of the implantable microchip and how it won't be optional. I'm not sure if this is the same guy, but the information is rolling back around again. So through the spirit, I'm going to bring the information out, because basically the RFID chip, in truth, is the mark of the beast. All right. And it's a major prophecy, and it's something that you have to watch out for. All right. You got these other Israelite groups like IUIC, ISUBK, others. Okay, you got others. You got Zabak and HOI. They don't teach that the mark of the beast is the microchip. They say it's Christianity on embargo, or some other than what the scripture is actually talking about. But this is why you have to be circumspect and pay attention to what's actually going on in the news, and then you'll be able, or you should be able, through the spirit, be able to filter it through the scriptures. But it's because these other groups, they don't have the spirit of the Lord to actually guide them. All right, they've neglected the spirit. Okay, so I'm gonna get into it. It says, well, I'm actually read the image. It says, no one will enter the New World Order unless he or she will make a pledge to worship Lucifer. No one will enter the New Age unless he will take a Luciferian initiation. From David Spangler. Like I said, that is the truth. But you got certain, you got a lot of people out there that actually understand what's really going on. It was an interview years ago, well over 10 years ago, on the Alex Jones show. You had this guy, Aaron Russo, who's actually dead now, but he had a interview with Alex Jones, and he was actually close to one of the elite, which was Nick Rockefeller, one of the Rockefellers, and he told him about the microchip. Then you have other people that have come out over the years and different information in books that has said that you have to worship the elite, all right, and their New Age religion, which is Luciferianism and all of that, in order to take part in the New World Order. All right, so this is definitely something that an insider would bring out. All right, and through the scriptures we know that Satan, all right, is the spiritual demon behind the elites of Esau's New World Order. Okay, so this isn't far-fetched. All right, but I'm going to go into the article. It says, as the world continues to advance technologically, so do more initiatives that encroach on our basic human rights. It seems we're on our way to becoming a cardless, cashless society. And that's true. Lots of countries are going cashless now, even in Canada. All right. Which I believe is one of the most cashless societies or countries out there. Okay. So it says, remember when our credit and debit cards didn't have a chip and we had to sign for our purchases? Well, they got a chip, and the next step might be a chip inside of our body and not inside of the card. All right, and I did an article, a video on an article last night dealing with how in the UK, in Jersey over there, I should say Old Jersey, I guess, in the UK, they're moving towards biometric identification, and even they want to add a payment system to that. Okay, so dealing with biometrics, that goes hand in hand with leading up to the mark of the beast, which is the chip. Okay, even even here in the U.S., people are paying for things with the microchip already. All right. So it's just a matter of time before the government makes it mandatory. Okay. So it says, well, they got the chip. They got a chip, and the next step might be a chip inside of our body and not inside of the card. In fact, microchip implants in humans are already on the market. For example, an American company called Applied Digital Solutions has developed one approximately the size of a grain of rice and has already had it approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for distribution and implementation. Right, and it says source. So I'm going to click on the source, and lo and behold, it's here. Microchip implants in humans on the market, from CBC News, November 7th, 2002. Now, fast forward to today, Verichip and Applied Digital Solutions have now become Positive ID, last time I heard. All right. So they're no longer Verichip, they're Positive ID. All right. But this is true information. Okay. It says, not long ago, ex-DARPA director and Google executive, now Facebook executive, Regina Dugan, was promoting the idea of microchipping humans. You can view that clip here. All right, so they're leaving different links and things like that to prove their information. All right. So it says, ask yourself, what if this becomes a requirement for authentication and identification? Like I said, watch the previous the Mark of the Beast video that I did a day ago, and you'll see where governments are moving towards biometric identification. And then once the government does it, it pretty much is going to become law, all right, or mandatory. So it's not beyond belief that this will happen as far as the microchip implant, and it will happen. Okay, it's prophecy. All right. So it says, to withdraw money or go to the grocery store to access your health card, social security information, or passport, would you do it? Last year, a Wisconsin company held a chip party to microchip their workers, as the Chicago Tribune points out. It says, a brief sting as all employees of a Wisconsin technology company said they felt Tuesday when they received a microchip implant in their hand that will allow them to open doors, log onto computers, or buy break room snacks by simply waving their hand. So there's two words that are in the prophecy of the mark of the beast. All right, it says buy and it says hand, and then it talks about implant. And you put an implant inside. So if you're going to wave your hand, you got to have the implant inside your hand. Okay. So it says 3 Square Market, also known as 32M, said 41 of its 85 employees agreed to be voluntarily microchipped during a chip party at company headquarters in River Falls. So let me go ahead and read the scripture in Revelation 13 and 16. It says, matter of fact, I'll start at 15 because it mentioned about the New World Order and, worshiping Lucifer. Which Lucifer really just means light bearer. But the light bearer of this world is Satan. Okay? So it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. All right, and that goes hand in hand with the New World Order. The only way to enter into the New World Order is to actually worship, all right, the elite, Satan, and all of that. Okay, and it'll be opposed to Yahweh Basham Yahushua. And shoot, if you're not down with the system or down with the plan, they plan to kill you. Okay, so that's prophecy. Okay, that's the words of the Lord. That thus saith the Lord. All right. And verse 16 says, 16 says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, which means an engraving or cut into the flesh, okay? And cut into the flesh or engrave, which that's what the microchip does, or is, once it's implanted into your skin from the needle, it gets under your skin, or it's engraven into your skin, okay? So it says to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So you have to be a part of the system. But ultimately, you're going to have the mark, which is the implant. Okay? So going back in the article, I'm going to read it again. It says, a brief sting. Well, I'll read it from the top. It says, last year, a Wisconsin company held a chip party to microchip their workers, as the Chicago Tribune points out. A brief sting as all employees of a Wisconsin technology company said they felt. Why would they feel a sting? Because you have to cut into the hand with the needle, all right, to get the chip, okay? All right, it says they felt Tuesday when they received the microchip implant in their hand. Wait, what the prophecy says? Okay, it says in Revelation 13 and 16, he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand. Okay, and ultimately it doesn't matter which hand. The point is receiving the mark. Okay, and you're not supposed to receive the mark. All right, let's go. Matter of fact, it might be the next chapter where it says receive the mark. Right. This is Revelation 14:9. Now this is the consequence of getting that. It says in the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture, and the cup of his indignation, which is the total destruction of America and other places around the world worldwide, plus other calamities, okay? It says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, which is ultimately the intercontinental ballistic missiles, okay? It says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the Holy Lamb, angels in the presence of the Lamb. Okay, and the smoke of the torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, meaning they will be totally destroyed. Okay, meaning they're not going to live any longer. Okay, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So you're not supposed to receive this chip implant. Okay. It says that a brief sting is all employees of a Wisconsin technology company said they felt Tuesday when they received the microchip implant in their hand that would allow them to open doors, log onto computers, or buy break room snacks by simply waving their hand. So all they need to do is make this thing mandatory, man. Okay? All you have to do is make this thing mandatory. Okay? All right, I'm going to read the last part of this and then I'm going to end it because I pretty much made the point already. All right? It says a cybernetic scientist, Dr. Mark Gasson from the University of Reading in Britain, told the Sydney Morning Herald, it has the potential to change the very essence of what it is to be human. It's not possible, right? And I believe this guy is the same scientist that said that it won't be an option to get the chip. I believe in the last article, I remember that name. All right. Okay. But like I said, the information is coming back around, because hey, this thing is a truth. You're gonna need the chip, all right, to survive in the future. So it says it has the potential to change the very essence of what it is to be human. It's not possible to interact in society today in any meaningful way without having a mobile phone. Right. And it says any meaningful way. Okay, because then basically if you don't got social media or a smartphone or something, you'll literally be lost. I've had people with smartphones in their pockets and ask me, directions to something right across the damn street. And that's just how lost you people are and gone. Okay. Anyway, it says, I think human implants will go along a similar route. It will be such a disadvantage not to have the implant that it will essentially not be optional. Meaning it's going to be like not having a smartphone and having a flip phone. It's like you got to have a smartphone, man. And that's why technology is constantly upgrading and getting smaller and so-called better. All right, another prophecy. Matter of fact, let me get this prophecy too. Let's go to the book of Daniel. All right, the book of Daniel 12. And is it Daniel? Yeah, Daniel 12:4. Right? And Daniel was a prophet, okay? It says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, which is the scriptures, the Holy Bible, even to the time of the end. And we're in the time of the end now. It says, many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. So the knowledge and the technology of things have increased to a point that now when it's time to open the Bible and speak certain things, pertaining to prophecy, the books are open. Especially once Yahweh Shai came on the scene, but the Lord sent us the Holy Spirit afterwards. So now, from the apostles of Great Millstone on down, now we can get this understanding and teach, the rest of the elect of our people and give you an understanding of what's going on, because these articles are giving you insight to what's really going to happen when these prophecies take place and what's going down, okay? So it says, is there a conspiracy going on here? Microchipping has always attracted attention as being some part of a hidden agenda plan, one that continues to take away our rights. The backbone of the American ruling elite's ideology, which is the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, all the families of Esau, okay, or Amalek, or if I'm, shall I add Amalek, really, of the Edomites. It says it has long been neoliberalism and neoconservatism, a state creeping towards the description given by George Orwell's 1984. Not long ago, mass surveillance on the global population was considered a mere conspiracy, but it's not anymore. Right, and what proves that is the fact that in the news, Facebook has just been exposed, which, we've been knew it, but it just been exposed as collecting everybody's data and keeping it on file. So we're living in George Orwell's book, so to speak. Because he was an insider author that just wrote about the future. Okay? And it's happening now. So it says, and the reasons to justify these actions seem to be based on false premises. George Orwell's 1984 is a classic book depicting a populace ruled by a political regime that persecutes individualism and independent critical thinking as thought crimes. And they show you that in the movie Minority Report with Tom Cruise. So this is something that they've put in books and movies that they've been wanting to do for a long time. But the way for them to really get an insight on those so-called thoughts against the state is to have that microchip implant, man, the mark of the beast. That's the plan of the Illuminati, of Esau, okay? And this is why we need Yahweh Bashmian Shai to protect us, all right, and deliver us and destroy them, okay? It says, this party seeks power above all, and through the propagandist ministry of truth, presents the people with their version of truth, all right, because it's really lies. Sound familiar? Within the past few years, so much information has come out contradicting the mainstream rhetoric. Election fraud, which is still major in the news, dealing with Russia and Trump and Hillary Clinton, and even the past election. All right, Obama's election. All these elections are basically been exposed now. It says it's made evident by WikiLeaks is one example, and false flag terrorism, with 9/11 being the perfect example, is another. So yeah, we're heading straight for the microchip, okay, and it's not going to be an option. It will be mandatory, okay. So I'm gonna go back to Revelation, and I'm gonna read the last part, okay. But I'm gonna read 11 again. It says, and the smoke of their torment, this is Revelation 14:11, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name, which is the microchip. Here is the patience of the saints, which is the elect of the Israelites. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High. You got to keep the law to the best of your ability, and the faith of Yahweh Shai. And you show your faith by your works. That's why we do videos, all throughout the week, all throughout the day, and we publish this truth, okay, of Yahweh Bashem Shai. That's why we do this, because we're keeping the commandments and the faith of Yahweh Shai. All right. But with that, this has been the Mark of the Beast. Hope you all were edified. I'm gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Shai, by Shem Kakwadash. Until the next time, Shalom.